Right. In our previous video, we were finding the equation of a circle whereby the center of the circle is at 0, 0. Today, we're going to be finding the equation of a circle where the center is not at 0, 0, but the center is somewhere else, where A is where it is in terms of x, so it could be 5, and where B is where the center is in terms of y, and that could be anything which is not 0, for example, -2. Now, if that's the case, therefore, the general equation for the circle would be R being the radius, and the center AB would be x take away A bracket squared plus y take away B bracket squared equals to R squared. Now, this is the general rule for finding the equation of a circle. Now, I want you to remember that if A and B are 0, then the equation is going to reduce to x squared plus y squared equals to R squared, just like we had initially, because A was 0. So if I put 0 here, x take away 0 is basically just x, and y take away 0 is just going to be y. So you can see this use this even if the center is 0, 0. The only thing is that when the center is 0, 0, A and B becomes 0, 0, so they become needless. Okay. Now, what about if I want to find the equation of a circle whereby the center is not the origin? For example, in example 1 says, find the equation of the circle with the center 6, 4 and radius of 3. Okay. Now, the first thing I need to do is to basically sketch the diagram, which is what we're having here. Notice that the circle has been drawn with the center not at 0, 0. The center is somewhere else, it's at 6, 4. Now, we need to think about using Pythagoras theorem here. Starting from 6, 4, and going all the way to xy. Now, along this circle here, the value of x and y are changing. That's why anything that's a point that's on this circumference here, we can't put a number there because it keeps changing. So we just call it xy. So x and y will be changing all the time. So I'm coming from 6 to 4, and I'm going all the way to xy. Now what I need to do is to think about how many steps are made across on the x-axis. Okay, starting from 6, which is basically this point, and going all the way to where x is there. Okay, somewhere there. So that is going to be x take away 6. Okay, starting from 6, going all the way to where x is, the difference is what the length is. If you want, you can say A. Now, in terms of the y, we are coming from level 4 on the y, and we are going all the way to y there. So the difference, this height here, this b here, is going to be y take away 4. So this y take away the 4, this one here. That's going to give us the height. Okay? Then we draw the hypotenuse. This hypotenuse is the c, and we can now use Pythagoras theorem, pretending that we want to find r. Okay. Now remember, c squared equals to a squared plus b squared. Okay. You can rearrange that to mean a squared plus b squared equals to c squared, where a is the length of the x, is how many steps you're making across on the x. And that's clearly x take away 6. So we got x take away 6 there. That's a. We just square that. And then as for b, that's how many steps you make along the y-axis, along the in the vertical. So that's going to be y minus 4. So it's y minus 4, and you're squaring that. Okay, so that's a squared plus b squared equals to c squared. But our c is not c, is r squared. Okay, that's going to be r squared. So you got x minus 6, you squaring that, plus y minus 4, squaring that, and that equals to r squared. R is 3, so you sub that one in. Now 3 squared is basically 9. So this is the equation of this circle. So it's the equation of a circle that starts at center 6, 4, with a radius of 3 is given by this one here. Okay. So that's what we have down here. Okay. Right, so I wanted to pause this video quickly, and if you want to have a go at question 3, A, B, C, D. So pause the video and have a go at question 3, A, B, C, D. Okay, so hope you've tried them. What I want to do now really quickly, I want to just pick question C for you. Okay. Now again, you use the general equation of a circle, which is always x take away a plus y take away b squared equals to r squared. So that's the general equation, where a and b are the x and y values at the center of the circle. So for question C, we have -2 and -3. All you need to do is sub the in. So it's going to be x, take away -2, because x is not 2, x is -2. There. And then you square that, plus bracket y minus -3. Square that, and that should give you r squared. R is 7 there, so it's 7 squared. Okay. Now simplify this, you got x, x minus 2 becomes x plus 2, and you square that, plus bracket y minus 3 becomes y plus 3, squaring that, and that's going to be equals to 49. Okay, so that's how that is. Now, a question they can ask you related to this, they can ask you to find out whether point P is on that circle. Let's say point P is 3, 1. Okay, we want to check whether this point is along the circumference, of that circle. Now, all we need to do is that to take the value of x and put it there, and take the value of y and put it there, and simplify and see whether the answer is 49. If it is 49, then this point is on the circumference of that circle. If it's not, then it's not. So let's try. X is 3, so 3 plus 2 is 5. So I've got 5 squared. And then y is 1, so 1 plus 3 is 4. That's going to be 4 squared. 5 squared is 25. 4 squared is 16. If you add this together, the answer is 41, which is not the same as 49. So this point here is not on the circumference of that circle. Okay, so that's how to do this. I would like you to pause the video if you want, and then just mark your answers quickly. So pause the video and just mark your answer quickly. Okay, so hope you done well on that one. Hope you done well on that. We're going to move on to the next part. Just moving on to the next section, which is basically that there. Question 2 says, what is the center and the radius of the circle with equation x minus 2 bracket squared, y plus 3 bracket squared equals to 16. Step number 1 with a question like this is to remember the equation of a circle, which is x minus a squared plus y minus b squared equals to r squared. Okay. Now the first thing you need to do is to focus on the r. R squared equals to 16. So if r squared is equal to 16, then r is going to be 4. So you can as well say 4 squared there. Okay. So 4 squared is basically 16. You just basically get the square root of 16 to find what r is. So the radius is clearly 4. Okay. Now to find what a is and to find what b is, all you need to do is just equate. So you're going to say that x minus 2, this x minus 2 here, the bracket, is equals to this one here. Okay. Actually, you can do it the other way around. So x minus a, what's in the bracket, the first one, is equals to x minus 2. So this x minus a here is a general formula, is equal to x minus 2. Okay, so all you need to do is basically now to find what a is. Now I've got x both sides, so that's one you can just subtract. If you subtract x both sides, you are left with -2 and -a. We want what a is. So all you need to do is to times both sides by -1. If you times this by -1, it makes a. Or what to do with the left, you have to do the right. So that becomes 2 as well. So a is going to be 2. Okay. You do the very same thing with this. So I've got y minus b. Y minus b equals to y plus 3. Equals to y plus 3. Okay. We are trying to find what b is. Now y is equal both sides. So -b equals to 3. And then what you do will be to make b the subject. At the moment it's -b, so you times both sides by -1. If you times -b by -1, you get positive b. 3 times -1, you get -3. So b is -3. So the center of the circle is going to be a, comma b. Now our a is 2 and our b is -3. The radius is not 16, but the radius is 4. So that's how to do this equation here. Okay. Right, so you could as well sketch it. Like if you look at this diagram, sketching has been made for you to see how it would look like if you had to sketch it. So that's how it should look like. The center is 2, -3, and the radius is basically 4 centimeters. Okay. You might want to pause the video now and try question 4, A, B, and C. So pause the video, try question 4, A, B, and C. And then I just show you the answers. Okay, hope you done them. So we're going to pause the video quickly and then you mark your answer. So pause the video and you mark your answer. Okay, hope you done well on that.